Hello everybody, welcome to my next video. And today in this video I will give you overview of C++ functions and some of their kinds of C++ functions. So before wasting our time, let's start the session. First of all, C++. In C++, a capability is a code section that plays out a specific undertaking. You can reuse it, and that implies that you can execute it at least a couple of times. Capabilities have a name and they are helpful in perusing, composing and changing complex issues. The instructional exercise will assist you with realizing about C++ functions. What are C++ functions? A capability is a characterized collectively of, proclamation or a block of code that completes explicit errands. You really want to give a specific name to the capability and think of some rationale or gathering of data inside it, and afterward you can summon the capability from the fundamental capability. For instance, you can name a capability as factorial, and inside that capability you can compose the rationale to track down the factorial of a number, and afterward you can evolve it at whatever point you want that capability in the program. Why use functions in C++? Capabilities are utilized to limit the redundancy of code, as a capability permits you to compose the code inside the block. Furthermore, you can call that block at whatever point you really want that code portion. Instead of composing the code more than once, it additionally helps in separating the programs into efficient portions. Presently, examine the sentence structure of C++ capabilities. Capability syntax. The punctuation for making a capability is as per the following. Functions example. Here, the return type in the information sort of the worth that the capability will return. Then there is the capability name trailed by the boundaries which are not required, and that implies a capability could conceivably contain boundaries. Model function example 2. Statement. A capability can be pronounced by composing its return type, the name of the capability and the contentions inside section. It eliminates the compiler that this specific capability is available. In C++, if you need to categorize the capability after the fundamental capability, then you need to pronounce that capability first. Functions example number 3. Definition. A capability determines the body of the capability. The statement and meaning of a capability can be made together, yet it ought to be finished prior to calling it. Example number 4. Calling. At the point when you characterize a capability, you instruct the capability, and to utilize that capability, you need to call or conquer the capability. At the point when a capability is called from the fundamental capability, then the control of the capability is moved to the capability that is called, and after that capability plays out its errand. At the point when the undertaking is done, it returns the control to fundamental capability. Functions example number 5. Then this instructional exercise investigates the sort of C++ capabilities. Kinds of functions in C++. There are two kinds of capabilities in C++: variable capabilities, client described capabilities. Hidden functions. These are capacities that are currently present in C++. Their definitions are at this point given in the header archives. The compiler picks the definition from header record and use them in the program. Client described function. These are capacities that a client makes without any other individual, wherein the client gives their own definition. You can put them down as the going with sorts, no conflict and no bring regard back, no conflict with the exception of the bring regard back dispute, yet no bring regard back, conflict and bring regard back, no conflict and no bring regard back. In this sort, as the name processes, it passes no disputes to the ability, and you print the outcome inside the capacity along these lines. There is no bring regard back, no conflict with the exception of bring regard back. In this sort, it passes no disputes to the capacity, yet there is a bring regard back. Conflict any no bring regard back. In this kind of capacity, it passes disputes, yet there is no bring regard back. In addition, it prints the outcome inside the capacity. Conflict and bring regard back. In this sort of capacity, it passes disputes and there is in like manner a bring regard back. By and by progress forward toward the calling procedures for C++ capacities. Ability call methods. You can summon or call a capacity in two ways: call by worth and call by ability, call by value. In this calling methodology, you simply pass the copies of the variable and not the certified dispute to the capacity. As the copies of the variable or disputes are being passed, any movements made to variable in the ability don't impact the certificable conflict. For example, function number 6 example. In the above program, you pass the elements to the ability through the call by reward method, i.e. you pass the copies of variables so it won't reflect the change inside the essential ability where the certifiable variables are accessible. Regardless, if you print the outcome in the called capacity, you can see the movement around there. Functions example: free Java certification training, get to know AZ or of Java like never before, enroll never JavaScript training. Call by reference. In this calling strategy, you pass the area of reference of this dispute and the capacity gets the memory address of the conflict. For this present circumstances, the authentic worth of the variable changes. You can say that it reflects the moment back to the genuine component. Functions example number 8. In this model, you pass the reference of the variable using an ampersand sign and not the copy of the variables, so the certificable worth furthermore changes for this present circumstances. Coming up next is the after effect to the above model. Function example 9. Advance your livelihood as a mean stack fashioner with the full stack web developer main stack masters program. This is not involved in this video, sorry. And following examining this article on C++ capabilities, you would have seen the justification for why you use abilities in C++. What is an ability in C++? Its phonetic construction and the sorts of ability in C++. You moreover learn about the calling methods for a capacity, i.e. call by worth and call by reference. With the help of specific models, assuming you profoundly want to learn further and research other top programming vernaculars and contraptions and capacities, then assuming no one really cares either way. Do you have any requests with respect to this article on C++ capabilities? In this case, do benevolently put them in the comments region. We'll help you with setting your inquiries to concentrate on abilities C++. Click on the Going with Association C++ functions. Thank you. For today, this is enough for today's video. Now, thank you for watching my video. Subscribe my channel, like my channel, and share it. Also share it